Sika is a certified financial coach, financial literacy advocate, educator, author, and consultant. He is the Executive Director of the Center for Financial Literacy Education Africa and lead ambassador of the Improving Financial Awareness and Financial Literacy Movement in Ghana and Africa. With a round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Peter Asare Nyarko.
So, just like the MC said, this month is Financial Literacy Month, and as part of the activities, we are doing the school outreaches. So we are going to various universities to expose the essential principles to personal financial management to the students, so you can take charge of your financial life and build more for yourself and your generation. And so today I'm here to talk about the student and his or her personal finance. The student and his or her personal finance. I'm looking at a comprehensive approach, personal financial planning. If you think money isn't important, you can raise your hand. If money is not important, that means you all agree that money is important, right? Yes, money is really important because we live on an economic planet. And so everything we do demands money. You wake up from 6 a.m. So when you go to bed around 9 p.m., you will engage in a transaction that demands money. And so you need to learn how money works, how you can manage money, how you can multiply your money to help you achieve financial independence. So when we talk about personal finance, we are talking about all the decisions and activities with regards to money. Everything you do with regards to money. Budgeting, insurance, investing, risk management, savings, all these activities. When you start putting them in place, then we can say you are planning your finances. And so I want us to look at what is a comprehensive personal financial plan. As a student, what is your comprehensive personal financial plan? We have identified there are 11 areas or components with personal financial planning. Once you are aware of these 11 components, then you can effectively plan your finances. So the first one I'll talk about is your paperwork. So if you can see the screen, we have what we call the Foundation Financial Awareness and Financial Literacy. So this is a comprehensive look at personal finance, all the essential elements with regards to personal finance. So the first one is paperwork. When we talk about paperwork, we are talking about all your financial documents. Since the day you were given birth to, you were given a birth certificate. Since that time, every transaction you engage in, you are given a document to cover that transaction. You pay your fees, you are given a receipt to cover. You rent an apartment, you are given a rent contract. You buy something, you are given a bill or a receipt to cover that thing. So where do you keep these important documents? For you to effectively plan your finances, you need to make sure you have kept all these important paperwork at a centralized location that you can easily identify them. So let me share this story with you to know why keeping your paperwork is important. So one time I paid my utilities, my water bill, my electricity bill to my landlord. And so about 2 weeks, he came back and said, Peter, you haven't paid for your water bill, you haven't paid for your electricity bill and all that. I just went to my drawer, take the receipt, and then I handed it over to him. He said, oh, sorry, I thought. So if I couldn't keep the receipt very well, I would have incurred additional money. And once you start doing that, you are not planning your finances well. So every transaction you engage in, make sure you have kept your paperwork at a centralized location. Now it is even easier. You can just take a picture of it, drop it in your digital folders. We have Dropbox, we have Google Drive. You can just keep your paperwork there. So if something happens, just go in there and get access to them. Planning for your paperwork, so we are saying you need to keep track of all your digital files. So your bank account numbers, your mobile pins. If you lost your mobile pin, it will be difficult to retrieve your money from your mobile, right? So keep track of all your digital pins, password, everything, and then make sure at least one person have access to them. At least one person, someone that you trust, make sure they have access to them. Because if something happens to you, they should be able to retrieve all your money. People die and then their money, their family cannot retrieve their money from the bank. Their family are not even aware they have money in the bank. And so at least one person in your family should get access to all the financial documents. The second component is your net worth. Your net worth. So when we talk about net worth, we are talking about your actual financial position. So if I call you in front, we will assess your actual financial position, where you stand financially. So your net worth is your assets and your liabilities, the difference. So as a student, what is your net worth? You need to track all your assets, things that have monetary value. Your laptops, your mobile phones, these are your financial assets. They are your assets. And in assets, you have two forms of assets. You have personal assets and you have financial assets. Financial assets can be the cash you have at bank, your money in the bank. Financial assets can be your investment accounts, the money you have in your investment. It can be your insurance policy. It's a financial asset. So make sure you keep track of all these assets. And then the other hand is your financial obligations. Maybe you took a loan, student loan. It's a liability. Make sure you are aware of it. So the difference between your financial obligations and your financial assets will give you your net worth. The third component is your cash flow. Your cash flow. Cash flow is the money you have, or the money that comes to you and the money that leaves you. Your income versus your expenses. And so you need to also track your income, track your expenses to give you your cash flow statement. Your cash flow can be positive or negative. If your income is more than your expenses, that means your cash flow is positive. If it happens the other way, where your expenses is higher than your income, then you are having a negative cash flow. And so you need to track your cash flow to see if you have a positive or a negative cash flow. The fourth one is employment benefits. Employment benefits. When you're looking at a comprehensive financial plan, you need to also look at your employment benefits. So these are hidden paychecks. They are hidden. Aside your monthly paycheck, aside the money that if you are working for an organization at the end of the month they will give you, there are other hidden paychecks. So some organization will give you food allowance, transport allowance, medical allowance. Some even give you vacation allowance. So make sure you are aware of them. If you are working in an organization, make sure you are aware of the hidden paychecks and make maximum use of them. And so one thing I tell young people is that whenever you are going for an interview, one of the questions you need to ask your employer is that aside my monthly paycheck, what other benefits? What other benefits are available? What other benefits are you going to give me aside my monthly paycheck? And so if you know your employer is giving you transport allowance, you won't use your own personal money for transport. And that can help you save enough money. So employment benefits is also very key when you are thinking about a complete financial plan. We also have goal setting. Goal setting. For us young people, we have dreams. We want to achieve great things. We want to have good life. We want to drive the nicest car. We want to live in the nicest apartment and all that. But these are dreams. They are fantasies. But until you plan for them, you cannot achieve them. So much like I say, there's a huge difference between a financial dream and a financial goal. A financial dream is what you go for. They are the wishful thinking. They are the fantasies. But then the financial goal is what you have planned for and working towards. And so if you tell me I want to start a business, you know the kind of business you want to start. You know how much you need to start a business. You know how long it will take you to save up to start a business. So in that sense, you have a goal. But if you just tell me I want to start a business, that is a dream. And so we need to move from dream to goals. We need to set goals for everything that we want to achieve in life. The next one is planning for financial independence and retirement. And today we have someone who is going to talk to us about planning for financial independence and retirement. We will go deeper with us. As young people, when you talk about retirement, we think retirement is 40 years away, 30 years away. We don't even think about it. But then you need to plan for your financial independence. You need to get to a point where you don't depend on anyone for your financial resources. Everything that you want to have, you have the money for it. And so you need to start planning now so you can achieve financial independence. Once you achieve financial independence, it's easy for you to plan for your retirement. Then we have medical expenditures. Looking at comprehensive financial planning, you need to also consider medical expenditures. Plan for medical expenditures. They are items that demands forward thinking, that demands planning. For example, if you want to do your masters after first degree, it comes with huge costs. And so you need to plan for it. You can't just wake up one day and say, I want to do my masters. You need to plan for it. If you want to buy a car, you need to plan for it. It's a major expenditure item. If you want to get married, you need to plan for it. And so we need to plan for our major expenditure items. Then we have investments. Investment is a leverage to create wealth. Investment will help you create wealth faster. Yes. Mostly, I tell people not everyone can start a business, but everyone can invest. And so you need to understand investments. How you want your investment to make you money. You need to understand it. Someone wants to get income. So if I'm investing my money, at the end of the maturity period, I want to get my money back and get interest on it. So you want income. Someone wants growth. He wants his or her investment to grow over time. So before you go to that investment company, you need to understand what you want. You need to understand your risk appetite. How much risk you can afford. If you're someone who loses 10 Ghana cedis, you cry the entire day. You don't need to invest in high risk investment. You should go for the low risk investment. You need to understand diversification, how you can diversify your income. And so, comprehensive financial plan also look at investment. And then there is taxes. There are two things that are certain in life. Two things. We will all die and we will all pay taxes. And so you need to understand taxes. If you like it or not, you pay you pay income tax. And so you need to understand how taxes work. There are ways you can minimize your tax liabilities or your tax obligations. So you need to understand taxes. It's also part of comprehensive financial plan. You have insurance and risk management. And you have someone who is going to talk to us about insurance. Young people, how we can leverage insurance to build wealth. Insurance is critical if you want to build wealth. There are risks with whatever you are achieving in life. And so the wealth that you are building, the money that you are making, you need to secure that money. So insurance will come in and say, let's say you buy a car, the probability that you may hit your car or your car may get damaged is high. And so you go to an insurance company, they will sign a contract with you and then they will tell you when you hit your car, they will come in and compensate you or you will get to a new car. Because your family depends on you. If something happens to you and you die or you get sick, your income will cease. And so insurance company will say, buy a life insurance policy. And if something happens to you, we will come in and compensate you. So your family will not be stranded. And so insurance will put all these structures for you and help you build a comprehensive financial plan. And the last one is estate engaged planning. Estate engaged planning. We all need estates, and we have to plan for it. We all want to leave a legacy. The Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And so if you want to be a good man, if you want to be a good woman, estate engaged planning is important. Succession planning is also part of estate planning. How you want to leave your legacy. Tomorrow, if you are not on earth, how do you want people to remember you? And so you need to build walls. After building the walls, you need to create legacy. You need to do something for your community. I think last year I told KTU students, I was standing right here and I said, after school, you can go out there and make money and come back and say, I want to build an auditorium for KTU. I want to build a library in my community. I want to build auditorium for my church. It's estate engaged planning. You are giving back to society. So when you are thinking about comprehensive financial planning, you need to think about each of these components because it's important. It will help you build wealth, it will help you manage your wealth, and it will help you transition your wealth to future generations. So basically, this is what I want to share with you. And with each of these components, we have action items or essential principles on each of these elements. So I want to touch on 4. Then our speakers will talk about financial independence and insurance. So let me touch on paperwork. So if you want to plan your paperwork, there are some action items you need to do. One is to keep a to-do list. So make sure tomorrow you know what you want to do tomorrow. Don't go to the next day without an action plan. So every night, have a meeting with yourself. List everything you want to do the next day. Always keep a to-do list. Always keep a to-do list. It will help you. Create a primary document checklist. So all your primary documents, all the financial documents, if you have an investment account, make sure you are aware of it, you are tracking it. If you have an insurance policy, if you have an investment business, make sure you are tracking every financial document you have. Keep track of every financial document. So create a checklist for that. Keep a financial planning calendar. So CFL Africa, we have a 12-month financial fitness calendar. So what you need to do in January, what you need to do in February, up to December. I think some of these documents, we will share it with you so you can take advantage of that. It's also available on our website, cflafrica.org. When you go there, you can get access to all the materials. A 12-month fitness calendar. You can create one for yourself. This is what I want to do with regards to my finances in January, in February, in March, up to December. And one thing we recommend in December is that you can have a family meeting. So when you go home, call mom and dad, have a family meeting. Let them understand their financial decisions. Because we want you to be an agent of transformation. Everything you are receiving here, go out there and transfer it to your parents and your family. Keep proper records of your background and personal info. Proper record of your background and personal info. Your CV. Make sure your CV is always updated. Because if you want to make more money, sometimes your CV will also help you make that money. So make sure you have updated your CV. Build new skills and use that to update your CV. Keep proper records of your security codes, password, account numbers, and pins. So your mobile pins, your Gmail password and all that, make sure you keep proper record of them. On net worth, understand what you own and what you owe. So you need to understand what you own, your assets, and what you owe, your liabilities. Annually list your assets and your liabilities. So make sure annually you list all your assets. You can do it monthly. List all your assets. Compare your net worth statement annually with the previous year and evaluate your progress. So you need to compare this year, you track your network, compare it to the following year, 2023. This month, April, you do your network statement, compare it with March, and see the progress. Am I making progress? Build proper cash reserve. Make sure you build proper cash reserve. So save enough money. Avoid incurring debts due to overspending. Avoid incurring debts due to overspending. Avoid common money mistakes such as impulse buying and spending to impress. As students, one thing we spend to impress people. We spend to impress people, but these are people who do not care. You don't really like them, but you are spending to impress them. So let's avoid common money making mistakes. This quote, I love this quote so much. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't need to impress people they don't like. Too many people, they buy things they don't need, they spend money they haven't earned to impress people they don't like. Now let's move to cash flow. Cash flow, understand your income sources and your spending habits. Understand where your income is coming from. Here you need to think about building multiple streams of income. No one can build wealth living on one source of income, multiple streams of income. Utilize cash management techniques to live within your means. So you need to live within your means. So spend less than you make or make more than you spend. If you want to spend more, then make more money. If you are making more money and you are spending more, no one cares. You can still save money. But if you are making less and you are spending more, you are putting yourself in a serious financial hot water. Say hot water. Yes. Control impulse buying and resist peer pressure expenditures. Control impulse buying and resist peer pressure expenditures. So your friends, Mr. President is wearing a nice suit. So you really want to. But your money is not up to. So resist peer pressure spending. Don't spend because your friend is living this kind of lifestyle. Spend based on your own goals and your own objectives in life. Always remember the goal is not to look rich. The goal is not for people to say, hey, this guy is rich. The goal is to achieve financial independence and financial freedom. And one thing I realized is most of the rich people, a lot of them, they don't show off. Yes. So live within your means. Create multiple streams of income. And then this goes, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So when we were talking about a comprehensive financial plan, investment is there. So you need to leverage investments. When you are sleeping, your money must work hard. So I tell people your money must work hard as hard as you are working. So look for ways you can make your money work for you. Look for ways you can make your money work for you. So of course, this will be my last component I'll touch on. Define what is really important to you. You need to define what is really important to you. What is important to me may not be important to you. So when you are setting goals for your finances, that's why personal financial planning is personal. It's personal. So my personal finances should differ from yours. So define what is really important to you and plan your money accordingly. Regularly review and update your priorities. Yes. Now you are in school. So you have certain priorities. After school, your priorities will change. I tell people 6 months ago, my priorities were not the same as now. For 6 months ago, I wasn't married. But now I'm married, so my priorities have changed. So your priorities will change over time. So understand it and use that to plan your finances. Be proactive by asking questions, problem solving, being creative. and collaborating. If you want to make more money, you need to be proactive. You need to ask a lot of questions. Be curious, ask questions. Today we have experts here. Ask them all the questions before they leave here. All the questions. Collaborate with others. You cannot become worthy by isolating yourself. You need to partner with others. You need to collaborate with others. So you can even start right on campus. Two people can come together, share ideas, start creating something on campus. Something that will start giving you money on campus. Collaboration, it can help you achieve a lot. Maintain a neutral mindset in decision making. Neutral mind. Be open to new ideas. There are some people, once they say this, they are hesitant on that. They will even change their mind. But you need to have a neutral mind. You need to listen to others. You need to be open. Seek new ideas. Collaborate with others. That will help you achieve your financial goals. And then set smart goals. Set smart goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and with time. So a goal without a time is just a slogan. If you have a goal and you don't attach time to it, it's just a slogan, you're just saying something. So make sure every goal you want to achieve, you add time to it. I want to achieve this in 6 months, in a year's time, in 3 weeks' time. Add time to your goals. Procrastination is one of the most common and deadliest of diseases, and main cause of success and happiness is heavy procrastination. So today we have amazing stuff. There will be fire boiling in you. I will do this, I will do that. And then once you move out of this auditorium, you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. The day after today is not tomorrow, it's today. When you get to tomorrow, it's today. The next day is today. So you need to do it today. You need to do it today. So this is where I will end my presentation. And I want to encourage you to practice sound financial planning. Let's make sure right from school, let's start planning our finances. Let's start saving money. Let's start investing money. And with that, we can achieve financial success. Thank you very much.